All right, welcome to Biology 104 Online. What I wanted to do is make a quick video just to show you how you can navigate everything in Blackboard. If you've never had an online course before, or even if you have and you just haven't had a science course, these can be a little different. So I just want to make sure we can find everything we need to. This is our homepage, and whenever you log on to Blackboard, this will be the screen that you see first. By the time the first day starts, there's going to be some announcements right here that you can check. So normally once a week or so, I'll post an announcement for any upcoming assignments or things like that. Just always check Blackboard and check your announcements, every few days. Also, right underneath that where it says My Task, any assignments that are going to be due within the next week or so, I'm going to post those assignments individually right there. So between the syllabus, the assignments list, which I'll show you in just a second, and the announcements, you should always be kind of reminded of what is coming up soon. Let's look at the tabs on the left. The very top one says Attendance Verification. This is something that Gadsden State is putting in all of the online courses now. And basically what it is, it's going to ask you to do just a quick sentence or two about what you expect to get from this course. Really, honestly, the only reason we're doing this is you have to have completed an assignment within the first week or so in order to stay in the class. So if someone signed up for this class and they didn't do an assignment for 2 weeks, you get dropped. They call you a no-show. So this is just something that I can mark really quick and say, yes, they have done something. So it'll take less than a minute. Just complete this assignment and I'll be able to mark you as having attended. All right, big stuff for the class starts around here where it says start here. This is just a quick information that you're going to need for this class. This is the video you're watching right now, so I know you've made it this far at least. And then a quick description. So Biology 104, we're covering animals, fungi, and plants. I sent everyone an email at the beginning of the semester that had a getting started letter, so you can find a copy of that right there. And then a few other things. You can go through and read those. Quick thing about the labs, and you're going to get tired of me saying this for the first week or so, but just to make sure everybody understands, you have to purchase a lab kit for this class. Since we're not meeting in person, you're going to do your labs at home, which means that you have to order the lab kit, because if not, number one, you're not going to have the equipment to do the labs. Number two, the way this lab is set up, you have a website that you're going to join that has all of the lab assignments, and you can't access the labs until you have purchased the lab kit. So this isn't something where you can say, well, I'm just going to, look at my friend's lab, or I'm just going to find some pictures on the internet and turn those in. You literally can't even open the lab or turn anything in if you don't buy the lab kit. So really important that you do that. Labs make up a little over 20% of your final grade in this class. So if you have not ordered a lab kit, do that just as soon as you can. All right. Okay, let's go through the other tabs right here under Course Core. Click here, it'll take you back to the home page. My contact information can be found right here under Instructor Info. So if you ever need to find me, or if you want to know if I'm in my office, if you will check this, and you can call my office number. I should be there. If not, leave me a message and I'll respond as soon as I can. All right, here's your first assignment you can do for some points. You have a copy of your syllabus here in the syllabus tab, so you can download that. You should have gotten one in your email before the beginning of the semester. But the first assignment you can do right here is the syllabus quiz. This is a quick 5-question quiz, and it's basically just to make sure that you know how to find information in the syllabus. This is not something you have to study or prepare for. The questions are things like, what's the name of this class and what section are you enrolled in? If you don't know that, pull up your syllabus and you can find that information right there on the first page. So there's a few more questions like that. Those are going to be a point apiece. So this is a 5-point quiz. And then underneath that, you've got your assignments list. So this is every assignment we're going to have for the whole semester. It tells you the due date, the name of the assignment, and how many points that assignment is worth. If you want to, you can print this off, go to View Image, and then Print. And you can use that as a checklist that'll help you in this class. Just that way you always know what's due. All right, so that was in the syllabus tab. Underneath that, the announcements that you see on your homepage, you can also find those right here. Okay, here's the big one, is learning materials. So if this was a traditional class, you would show up and we would lecture. Like I would have a PowerPoint that I would shoot on the screen and we'd lecture and you would sit there and take notes. We're going to do as close as we can in an online class. We're going to do something kind of similar. What you'll do is click on Learning Materials. And I've got a folder set up for each unit. The unit is like what's going to be on each test. So exam 1 is going to be unit 1 material. Exam 2 is unit 2, all the way down. So we've got 5 tests in this class, so there's 5 units. We're going to start off on unit 1. And the first section is sponges and cnidarians. So those are really, really simple animals that we're going to be looking at. When I open that folder, first off, it has a PowerPoint. And I would recommend you go ahead, print this off. And then I guess I could have this loaded beforehand. But what you can do is open up the PowerPoint. And if you'll print it off as a handout, that's going to give you a really good place to take notes when you watch the lecture video that I'll show you in just a second whenever this thing decides to load. This is exciting. I'm glad we get to capture this on video. Okay, while that's loading, let me show you the lecture videos. All right, so the PowerPoint was up here. I think we finally got it. I'm teaching 104 as a traditional class this summer. This is the exact same PowerPoint we're going to be going through in that class. All right, so what you can do, what I would recommend is print. But when you print, if you will change this to a handout that says 3 slides per page. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but what that is, it's going to be, the slides are going to be kind of small, but it's got room for you to take notes out to the side. So print that and have it with you when you're watching the lecture videos. What you can do then is open up the lecture video. Welcome to Biology 104 online. This is our first lecture. Nerves. And it's going to be everything that we talk about in the PowerPoint. The muscle cells is going to be in that video. There's going to be a lot of times where I will type out like extra notes, or I might say, you need to know this. So if you've got the handout with you, you can underline the stuff just like I'm doing right here. And then if I say, here's an extra note, you can write it out where those lines were off to the side. All right. Okay, so that's the learning material. In each of those unit folders, you'll also find a study guide. So take advantage of that, especially when the tests get a little bit closer. Make sure you do that. Okay, rapid fire on what we have left. The exams. So we're going to have tests that are in Blackboard. You're going to use something called Respondus Lockdown Browser to take those exams. But here's where you're going to find that. Okay, yours will be a lot less cluttered. It's just going to show like the test that is due at that time. But any week that we have a test, tests are typically open for 48 hours. So like on a Monday through Tuesday, the test will be open for you to take. Just click on that exams tab, and that's where you can find that. Now there is one you can go ahead and do right now, which is the pretest. This is just to see what you know about biology before the class starts. You're not supposed to know any of this yet. So this is a 0 pressure. It's not going to count for a grade, just like a survey to see what you know about biology. Okay, so go ahead and do that one right now. Next week, we will have a practice exam, and that's going to be something to make sure that we know how to use Respondus before the real tests start. Okay, so look for that coming up soon. Discussion board, we'll hold off a little bit on those, but right around the time of your first exam, we're going to have a few discussion board assignments. Typically, you'll have a video or two to watch, and you're going to write just a response, so like a summary or something you found interesting about that video. And then to try to get a discussion going, you're going to leave a comment on another student's, or leave a reply to another student's comment. That way we can actually kind of talk back and forth with each other, even though this is an online class and we're not meeting together. So you can find those there. Any week that you have a lecture video to watch, there's going to be a review quiz that goes along with that. So that's where you'll find all your review quizzes, and that is in the quizzes tab to the left. Another assignment you can go ahead and get started on right now, though, is this About Me survey. And this is, if it was a traditional class, I would hand you a note card and I would just get some information like what's your name, what's your major. tell me an interesting fact about yourself, just basic stuff like that. We're going to do something like that here, and this is the About Me survey. Okay, so open that one up and take it. You can see the due dates for all these things I'm talking about, but the pre-test that we mentioned earlier, that is due this Friday by the end of the week. And then the other ones, the About Me survey and the syllabus quiz, those are going to be due next Sunday, September 5th. Go ahead and do those now, though, so you're not waiting, because you're going to have some new stuff coming up next week, and you don't want your assignments to pile up on you. All right, labs. I've got another video. Sorry to overload you with videos right at the beginning, but hey, you don't have any lectures to watch this week, so that'll make up for it. So there's a video that shows you how we're going to do labs in here. Watch that when you get a chance. But basically, you've got instructions. You're going to click here, and that's how you're going to sign up for SI Cloud is the name of the website we're going to use for labs. And you can buy your lab kit here, too. If you haven't bought it from the bookstore, you can buy it directly from Science Interactive. Okay? Just watch that. I'm not going to waste any more time. Watch that video right there, and it'll show you how to do everything with labs. Okay, one more you can do, we're almost done, is the diversity project right here. So in that diversity project, it's got a quick paragraph or two that mentions that one of the cool things about science is you get people from different backgrounds and ethnicities and cultures that are all trying to solve problems, so they're bringing their own perspectives to it. So we've got a couple biographies that you need to read. What you can do is open up the biography. Most of them are not too terribly long. Read through it. You can even leave that article open. That's perfectly okay. Once you have read through, and there's a couple more on Dr. Patricia Bath, once you've read through those, what you'll need to do is take the diversity quiz. This is a 10-question quiz, and we used to make this worth 10 points as a regular assignment. What I'm going to do, this actually helps you out more in the long run. I'm going to make this a bonus assignment, so you can get 5 bonus points if you answer all these correctly. And that can make a big difference, especially at the end of the semester when people are asking, is there any bonus points available? There are, but they're right here at the beginning. Okay, so there's the diversity quiz. And that's also due next Sunday, September 5th. All right, final things, messages. Here is the best way to communicate with me is going to be right here, because I've got 4 classes this semester. Most of them are packed. Most of them have 30 students or more. So if you send me an email, there's over 100 students that I'm teaching right now, and I might not know which class you're in or anything like that. But if you'll send me a message on Blackboard, this is for our class. This is for the Biology 104 online. I'll know exactly what class you're in, and I'll be able to help you out a lot faster. I honestly check this a lot more too. So this is the best way to get in touch with me. Click Create Message, and then it's going to have everybody in the class right here. Just find me. I'll have Instructor, and click this arrow. So now I'm a recipient, and then you can just type your message right here. Okay. I'll check that at least a couple times a day during the week when I'm working during office hours. So feel free to get in touch with me that way. Last thing is my grades. There's nothing here right now, but I'm going to keep grades up to date pretty quickly. So any assignments that are going to be due, I will get those graded pretty quickly and have those posted in Blackboard. All right. So I think that's it. If you've got any questions, just kind of look around. We've got kind of an easy week this week, so look around, and if you've got any questions or if you can't find anything, feel free to let me know. Send me a Blackboard message, or if it's during office hours, you can email me or call. That's perfectly fine. And like I said, just let me know if you need anything, and I'll be glad to help. Thank you.